Okay, we're working on the skill of bracing the core, which translates to other exercises and movements that you might do to try to strengthen or protect the back. But you want to first achieve the proper brace so that when you do those moves, they're most effective. Commonly, if you're not aware of how to properly brace the core, even if you do the right exercises, you could either, number one, not get the full benefit, or you could actually be working to injure the spine inadvertently. So, core bracing, there's a lot of different perspectives out there. I'll share mine. And ultimately, it's a skill that you're going to develop. So we'll work on this together in the office hands-on. This will serve as a reference to remind you of the things that we go over and to give you a visual reference for what you're trying to accomplish. So for Alicia here, we're going to work to develop that core bracing skill. The way that I like to explain it to folks is you're trying to develop tension all the way around your trunk using the deeper muscles. So not just the abs or like the six-pack muscles that bend the spine, but we want to develop almost a band or a barrel of tension all the way around your trunk using those deeper muscles. So if you were to have someone walk up to you and almost sucker punch you, you would flinch and develop that tension and resist and push out on the core muscles to protect your stomach from being punched. So that's kind of the same type of feeling that we're going for, and I'll show you how we work to achieve that. Two things. We're going to start with just laying flat on the table with your knees bent to basically take the tension out of the spine so that you can lay comfortably and flat on your back. Now when you develop this movement, what you want to be thinking about is developing tension that pushes down and out against my hands, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I were to wrap my fingers around the core here, and the core is not just the abs, but also the muscles of the side and in the low back under the arch of the back too. So she's nice and relaxed. What she's going to work to do now is push out against my fingers in all those directions. So simultaneously, she's pushing out against my thumbs here, she's pushing out against my hands on the sides, and she's pushing down and back under my index or my middle fingers underneath. So there's full 360 degrees of tension all the way around. Okay. So to illustrate how that tension is built by pushing out, so if I were just to put my fingers right under her rib cage here, and go ahead and push out, you see how when those muscles become active, they expand, almost kind of like filling a barrel with liquid, it pushes out. So that's the kind of tension that you're wanting to develop all the way around. A lot of folks are really good at getting it in the midsection, but not so much in the low back. So we always use, and you can even do this on yourself, put your hand under your low back, and then as you develop tension, you want to push down against your low back. And you can see as she does that, her hips and spine straighten out, which is exactly what you want to see. It shouldn't cause you pain. Well, this is not a maximum contraction where you have to really squeeze hard. You should be able to just activate and hold that tension without it being extremely exhausting. And over time, you'll develop an endurance that allows you to do this through different movements, such as squats or lunges or other corrective exercises that we'll go over later.